If you're like me, you look forward to a good portion of beef, chicken, or fish with a satisfying meal. But not all animal protein is created equal, and there are some specific designations you should look for when shopping. Before we get into the meat of today's topic, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe for more metabolic content. My name's Fantasia, and I'm sure that you've seen an array of labels slapped onto animal protein packaging. Phrases like grass-fed and organic are everywhere, but few people actually understand their implications. You may be inclined to ignore these terms altogether, but they communicate important information that can aid in selecting the best type of animal protein for your unique needs. Let's talk about fish. Fish is an awesome option for seafood fans and has excellent benefits with cardiovascular and cognitive health. Fish can also tend to be lower in saturated fat, which makes it a heart-healthy food choice. This aquatic animal protein comes in two main groups, wild or farmed. Wild fish are caught straight out of their natural habitat, while farmed fish are commercially bred and raised in tanks or other enclosures. Some commonly farmed types include carp, salmon, catfish, tilapia, trout, and bream. While both farmed and wild varieties contain helpful omega-3 fatty acids that are crucial to brain health, other factors should also be considered. Wild fish tend to be leaner, so you'll get more protein and avoid some of the low-level toxicants that farm fish have in higher amounts. Though there are particular contaminant levels that the FDA allows, it's tricky to determine definitive safety due to the varieties and concentrations in fish from different regions and species. So it may be a good rule of thumb to prioritize wild-caught designations whenever possible. Poultry can also be considered for certain labels, but this time we want to look out for the phrase free range. Free-range chickens usually consume feed inside a pen, but they still have outdoor access to run around. Because these birds exercise more than their caged counterparts, they tend to have leaner meat from building up muscle. Studies suggest free-range chicken meat also has less fat than caged birds, making it lower in saturated fat. However, it is important to note that certain cuts of chicken, such as chicken breasts, are fairly lean already, so the amount of fat reduction in one portion may be insignificant. Also, because of the amount of roaming birds actually do isn't regulated, these benefits may vary greatly from bird to bird. Just like the free-range poultry I mentioned, pasture-raised livestock spend time outdoors roaming on grassy lands. Although the United States Department of Agriculture, or the USDA, doesn't require a set amount of pasture time to receive this label, so the standards can be quite loose. If you really want to hone in on the healthiest beef choices, the terms grass-fed and/or grass-finished may be more helpful. Grass-fed cattle eat grass for portions of their lives with supplemental grain intake, while grass-finished varieties graze exclusively on grass for their entire lives. Cows that live mostly on grass have higher amounts of phytonutrients, or chemicals produced by plants that encourage antioxidant and anti-inflammatory activities. They also have higher concentrations of omega-3 fatty acids and vitamins A and E. Although it should be said that these three components aren't very present in beef to begin with. Now, you can also find meat labeled as organic. This label is overseen by the USDA and requires that animals forage, are given organic feed, and are raised in living conditions that accommodate their natural behaviors. For more information about the different ways your favorite animal protein is raised, you should take a look at the full-length blog post linked in the description of this video. In general, to best support metabolic health, aim to reduce saturated fat content while also increasing omega-3 fatty acid intake to get cardiovascular and cognitive benefits. There are so many animal protein options for consideration, but these designations should clear up some confusion while you're deciding which option will inch you closer towards optimal metabolic health. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.